Pema is in the building, and today we have a kind of tripartite discussion, which of course will extract a whole lot. But Franklin that earlier warned me that I just told him on his way going, should spend only 2 minutes. Franklin, what informed the CLO to go around the project sites? Because I've been looking for opportunity to ask you that very important question.
My good friend, Ambassador Samson Akban, I am happy seeing you in good health. Chief. I think I was there. I was among those that prepared the grounds for you to be conferred that title.
You showed me how to tie wrapper.
Because we have been in the business for years, by the grace of God. I am happy today seeing you in good health.
Thank you.
I am also happy seeing Obawifyok and Asikbo.
Thank you very much, Franklin.
I have been following your programs, and my friend, the secretary of the support club of the Aqua United. I'm so happy to be in your midst today. Just like I told Samson, it's like a policy for the CLO. We do not feature on government-sponsored program or program sponsored by any political party, because we are not partisan. We're not also pro or anti-government. We can be featuring on station program like People's Parliament and every other programs, or the one that we CLO organize. When we are a party sponsor a program and invite us, we don't participate. So here I'm talking like Franklin, so not as the chairman of CLO. The question you asked me is why the CLO took the pains to go around the project site and come up with our report. I was just going through the report. When you mentioned that during your intro, I had to again Google, because if you Google it, you will just see CLO's report. Here, very lengthy one in Google. I think it was, we published it on Tuesday, 28th June, 2022. If you Google it, you will just see it. When you say CLO's report on Udom Emmanuel'S project, is there on Google. Because what we are doing here in Akwa Ibom is also, being cataloged and documented in CLO anywhere in the world. So the records are kept in our human rights record in the world. It's also kept that CLO in Akwa Ibom has done this, has done that. Why we went around the project tracking of His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel was because we are not armchair critics. We do not sit in the comfort of our zone using our social media platform to criticize. We want to hold government on their tools. We want to also make sure that government is able to account to every kobo the governor has received, because the governor is running the state with taxpayers' money, and this money is owned by all of us. And so if we are not able to ask the governor to give account of his stewardship, then we are failing as a people, because democracy is government of the people, for the people and by the people. How are we involved? We are involved in our advocacy by telling the government, Your Excellency, this area is not good. This is the area you will do. We've been here. And the government cannot be everywhere at the same time. So where we are and where we see what is wrong, we draw the government attention to it. So the CLO had to write to the governor and say, from 2015 when you came on board till 2017, sometime in June, we have seen several projects. We've heard issues of failure, the issues of our abandoned project. We want to see your list of projects. Let us be able to go to check those projects. And the governor responded to us, listed out over 55 roads. That's why I have to see it in the report here. Roads that the government is undertaking across the 31 local government areas. And we took the pains to go around those projects, because when we got it, in our CLO meeting, we have to look at it, we review it. Some members said, if we don't go round, we just accept this. It look like, we just take this hook, line, and sinker without actually knowing if this project are true. So we need to go around the project site. We started in the 20-kilometer Uyo 18 road. Went to the Ikono flyover. We went to the 18 roundabout, the 9.5 kilometer ring road 3, cutting across Accra Road, Aka Oron Road, Mwangiba, with 3 roundabouts in the Uyo Ibesikbo axis. Then you have the 29 kilometer 18 and Ndoniyo Road with 2 bridges, 2 number of bridges and spur from Mbioto Ekbenituen to Ekbenituen and it caught Akban Eshiet Junction in 18 and Anona 14.1 kilometer. We went all the project to save your time, and we were armed with the fact that actually the governor has done things in the interland, in the rural communities. We went as far as Eastern Obolo, we went as far as Ini, Ikono, everywhere in the state, because these projects are all listed there to track this project. And let me say this, CLO is not funded by anybody. Members of the group had to donate resources for us to go around 3 months. Even when we had calls from government officials to support us or to go with us, we refused. We turned down because we don't want it to be look like government sponsored us. We are doing our own duty for the state. And so we took 3 months, went around all the projects, went around the industries. And we were surprised, I keep on saying this, that at most of these industries, what we see is that the people who are from elsewhere are coming to benefit from these industries, like the flour mill, like the syringe factory, like the metering factory, and the rest. But here in Akwa Ibom, we are asking questions: who is the owner of this project? Why must it be in Ona? Why must it be in Bainin? Why is it not here? Why is it not there? Instead of catching into the opportunities that this project have afforded you to train and be trained and getting involved, we went around and we are surprised that the governor has done all this, and the people are not yet able to catch into these opportunities and benefit from it. Look at, for instance, the Udom Air. When it came on board, people were like, in 2018, getting to election, people were saying it was meant for campaign. Why must it be before the election? It should be killed. We in CLO said no. As far as the state fund has been used, we supported the Udom Air. Today, Udom Air is standing as a masterpiece in Nigerian airlines across the country. Yes. Why? Because the people of the state must support their own project. So why am I saying this? It's because I am armed. I can speak, off record. I can speak without having a document in my hand to tell you what these projects are, where they are located, because I have gone all around.
Let me also be sincere with you, because I like saying the way the governor has done. I remember when I put a call through to you, yes, that I would want my office to partner. You said, no, it's not the policy of the CLO. So don't say some government. I was the one that called it.
It's not only you. It wasn't only you.
Okay, let's get to Memshark, because I saw you at Memshark.
Yep.
What's the rating of CLO? Because a lot of people are saying, some, or not a lot, some critics are saying that Memshark is not working. I mean, the car manufacturing is not working.
Let me share the breaking news on the Memshark. You see, one thing about the CLO is that the CLO in Akwa Ibom is being chaired by someone who is also a journalist, someone who is an investigative journalist, who is an investigator. Recall in 2015, His Excellency laid the foundation groundbreaking at Ikorokap on the project site. You also recall in 2016, I went to that project site. It was bush. I stood there, made a report on my own that this project was one of the projects that the governor left his very in to go and perform groundbreaking. That nothing is there. I saw the women farming on the land. I saw the equipment kept in the grass overgrown with weeds, and I shouted and I made comment about it. I recall my good friend Engineer Forebon calling me to say that the project is going to commence in earnest. 2017 I went. I saw that they have cleared the site. 2018 I went. I saw that they have laid foundation. 2019 I went. 2020 I went. 2021 I went. 2022 I also have been there. As I speak to you now, the Memshark has performed. They have completed the structure. They have finished the recruitment of those that will be trained in Israel. As I speak to you now, the breaking news is that they are currently in the Ministry of Economic Development today to meet with the commissioner in order for those who have been selected, 20 of them, to have a handshake with the commissioner for economic development. My friend, Mr. Bob, Bob, today to receive those who have been selected, who will be sent to Israel. I have interest in every of the government project because it is taxpayers' money that is being used. I have followed this project from the scratch to where they are today. Mention another one. I will tell you, because I am not just a civil society advocate, I am also a good governance advocate. And I want to ensure that every state fund is being accounted for.
Ambassador, please permit me to ask you one question, pertinent question. You said you've seen 20 people selected.
30.
Or 30 people
20
selected.
now.
20 people selected.
Yes.
Please tell us, are these 20 people Akwa Ibomites or they are foreigners?
When the process of selection started, we went on our own. And then we met with the ministry officials, we met with the management. The MD, Mr. Valentino Okorie, received the CLO team that sat on the panel. We saw over 95 persons across Akwa Ibom State came for that interview. My team were able to interact with those persons who were there individually, separately, secretly, asking them to know their accent. You know, if you fake your accent, they will know. So when they ask you from where you will talk, they change to the language and ask you in the language, in the Yanang language, to know if you're actually from here. I can tell you, that all those who have been selected today, the mechanics, that is the auto mechanics, the auto electricians, the panel beaters, spray painters, are all from Akwa Ibom State. And to add to this, the management told us that they will be adding air filter plant, which will be part of what they're going to add. That this, fuel filter plant, fuel filter is like an engine, it's like a brain box of an engine. And you don't have such factory in Nigeria. So imagine having a fuel oil filter being produced in Akwa Ibom State. Yeah. Now, I said this in one of my programs elsewhere, that the Lagos State government, through the BRT transport service, is raking over 8 billion naira monthly. We are focusing on oil. Here is a sector that we've abandoned. We have only 3 manufacturing companies in Nigeria, car companies in Nigeria. You have the Innocent plant, you have the Peugeot in Kaduna, Innocent in Nnewi, and this is the only one we have now in the south. That is the Mimshak. Imagine us having this Mimshak in Akwa Ibom, producing vehicles and then supplying to other countries, to other states. Imagine the government launching Akwa Ibom line. You have the Akwa Ibom Air. You have the sea project in that is being done in somewhere along by engineer what is his name again? In Udom, yeah. That is being handled. The marine sector, the shipyard that is being built. You have the airline, the shipyard. You have the road transport service system being done, but through the Memshak company. You can imagine that the state will become an industrial hub. Then you add with the bombardment that is going on. We should leave politics and discuss development.
Okay, Franklin is all.
Can I go now?
I'll let you go, but not immediately. You see, if you want to ask him questions.
Yes, I don't want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Sammy, I was so elated as he was reeling out what the governor has done. And as he was reeling out, I was recollecting when I have been saying that Akwa Ibomites and Akwa Ibom State and the entire Nigeria will be applauding His Excellency Udom Emmanuel for laying a solid foundation for the economic development of Akwa Ibom State and the South when he leaves government. Sammy, I'm still saying.
But why is it that each time we want to applaud somebody, come to be when he leaves government?
Sammy, wait. This thing started from the inception of creation. Jesus Christ was not recognized and applauded. Even when he did all those miracles, it was after he has ascended into heaven that we started applauding him, that he is the child of God. Udom Emmanuel shall be applauded as the best of the governors so far had in Akwa Ibom State because of the economic development solid foundation he has laid.
Okay, before I let Franklin go, the issue of apostolic, because you know, I couldn't sleep. Why on earth must somebody say it is the governor that has suspended somebody in apostolic church? And they go on social, not by a mere person, a former commissioner for works, a former chief of staff to the governor, from the same local government, a friend, a relationship for 40 years. Frankly, how should politics be played beyond this?
This is hard not to crack. Something you just ambushed me, and of course, I think since we're discussing development, I should be here to also add my voice. Like I said in the People's Parliament, politics should be devoid of rancor, acrimony, malice, hatred, and violence. And how do we achieve this? We achieve this by selling our agenda and going out with issue-based campaigns. I was not surprised that we read the report online, like you've just also read, and I'm so worried that we are trying to lay a foundation that will lead us to violence in the state. I want to pray that we don't go back to what we used to have in 2011 in this state. I remember the Kodepene crisis that almost took lives of several persons that died. Is authored like this: rumor here, rumor there, and these things come out to become reality. I am not speaking for and against any of the side. The man, like from the report I read online, the pastor of the Apostolic Church was quoted to have said that while in this function, in the service, that he has been just suspended. From the report I read online, that he has been suspended for hosting the YPP Thanksgiving service. From the report I read online. And a day after, we've seen reactions from the PDP that this is not true. We've seen reactions from the church that this is not true, and that the church council has not actually sat and met. So I think that there is need for the authority to investigate, to call the pastor, to ask him who informed you that you have been suspended, and let us even see evidence. Like how did you get the message? Was it through text message or through a phone call? Who called you? Because if this is not if this is not dug to the letter, treating it on the surface, you could be laying the foundation for crisis. I think that there's need that there should be an investigation. The pastor should be invited by security agencies to interview, to ask him, let him produce the record of who called him and how he got the message. If that message came from him, actually, then he must have misinformed probably the entire audience that went to that event. If the message is not true, and given that it's not true, but if it is true, then we should know who actually told him that he has been suspended.
Okay, Franklin, I cannot let you go.
Thank you.
But don't go totally.